everyone. Welcome back to Quote Her Stories. This is me, Sneha, and today in our show, I have Savitha joining us from Bangalore in India. Savitha is a life and business coach. She works with clients all over India and all over the world, actually. She works with a lot of clients in North America as well. Welcome, Savitha, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me here, Sneha, and hello to everyone who's listening to this podcast. It's my honor to be here and share this short session with you all. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you. It's
I,
lovely having you. So, Savitha, what's your story? How did you get started? And tell us a little bit more about yourself.
okay, so I come from a middle class family. My parents are both hardworking um, employees. We lived in small town Coorg, which is actually a place where we grow coffee. And my parents moved to Bangalore city in the 60s, and then they started working in government jobs. So we had all the basics, like we didn't really have to worry about food and stuff, but I wouldn't say that we lived like a luxurious life. My parents worked really hard to build could give a good lifestyle to me and my two sisters. And one thing that was really important in our house was education. And my parents always said that no matter what you want to study, we will always support you. So it was really important that we did well as well at school. And I grew up in Bangalore, and then I went into typical. I managed to dodge the either engineer or doctor
that's
problem.
that's always the two choices we have in Indian families, and a lawyer. You either
Yeah,
become an engineer, doctor, or a lawyer.
okay, maybe lawyers become a new thing now, but when we were growing up, it was engineer, doctor, you were useless, right? So, so then I managed to move into doing a normal graduation, did my MBA, and then I joined the corporate world, which was my dream, like to have a job. And I spent 17 years in the corporate world, and I worked across some of the largest telecom majors in India, Airtel, and with a financial company ICICI as well. So I learned a lot about scale, dealing with clients, marketing, sales. So that's really where the business knowledge comes from. And I spent 17 years in the corporate world without questioning what my purpose was. Of course, that wasn't even a thing, but I grew and I did well. Come to, I think, around the 15th year, I got headhunted for this fabulous job, which was my dream job. And so I go in and I joined this company, and I was head of I was head of customer service. And I was so excited. 6 months into the job, there was an issue within one of our processes, and I got fired. And until then, I hadn't known what failure was. And I always prided myself on being really great at my job, and I was always like the star employee. So I'd gotten very confident, maybe overconfident about that. And so when this happened, it really hit me hard. And that really was a turning point in my life, because I went into depression, I had suicidal thoughts, I lost my confidence. I would go into meetings, and while I found my job, the previous job, they rehired me back. So while that should have actually felt good that people wanted me back even after this had happened to me, I took it really hard. And so I spent the next 3 years spiraling, feeling not confident, feeling depressed, feeling like a failure, not even opening my mouth in meetings, and just wanted to just like hide into the background. And they say when you're failing, you start failing at many things, right? Success begets success, and so does failure, because it's the mindset. So at this time, I was married, and I was trying to have a baby, and then it wasn't working. So I went to the doctor, and she told me that, look, I don't really have great news for you. You have this 2% chance of having a baby through IVF only, but it's not going to happen normally. And I was like, oh my God, like even my body fails me at this point. And it was really my rock bottom at that point. It was like I had nothing to lose. So I said, you know what, I'll take my 2%, I'm going to give it a shot. But that moment on, I knew I couldn't be like being like being sad, being up and down, great one day, feeling depressed another. I couldn't go through the IVF process being this person because it wouldn't work for me. I don't know what it was, but at that point, somewhere, maybe subconscious mind, it just said, just stay positive, go through this, we'll see what happens. So I just went through it, and you will not believe there wasn't a single day I thought it would fail. But like it actually worked for me. And the moment I got pregnant, I said, okay, from this moment on, Savitha, you will never say that you're going to kill yourself or how bad your life is or what a failure you are, because you can't be that person. And when my daughter was born, I quit my job and I said, okay, I can never have these thoughts, and I need to build something that I'm proud of, and I'm proud for her. And that's how I quit my job and started my business. So, and then, of course, I started my business, came into this thinking, oh, I have so much experience, I'm gonna make it a success. And then it wasn't like really going anywhere. I made 2,000 rupees in my first year. That was 2017. And in fact, I didn't even know how to ask to be paid. I would keep doing tons of free work. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't even know how to tell people that, look, don't you think you should pay me? If they said, can you do this, I'd be like, yeah. And when people did try to pay me, I would be like, let me do this one free, but you can pay me the next time. So I had a lot of money mindset issues. And then I sat down and I said, the first thing I did was goal setting. And at that time, I also met my coach, and I was thinking, what am I doing? So two things happened to me. I started my business as an image coach, and
Mm-hmm.
I met this client who's really struggling with everything in her life. And I looked at her and I was like, I can change how you present yourself, how you speak. I can do all of this. And, at that time, I started my business as someone who was going to help people who are in senior management move into CXO roles. And I was
Okay.
going to help with their personal branding, build their presence, all of that, right? And then this happened. I met this woman, and they say when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Because here I was struggling with her, and I was thinking, I can't help her, and I don't even know how. She needs the inner work. I met my coach, and that brought me into coaching, and that's how I moved into life coaching. And then I started to apply a bunch of things in my business using. I was like, you have 17 years of experience, and you don't even know how to make your business a success. So started to apply these things, and really that was a turning moment, and I started to turn my business around. And my first client was from North America.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it was like there's no looking back. If I, having so many things not going well for me, sitting in Bangalore with with brown skin, wrong accent, half the time people do find it hard to understand the accent sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
If I can work with people from around the world, anyone can do it, right? And so plus I'm in my 40s, so if I can do this, anyone can do it. So that's really my story. And now, yeah, I can say that yes, we are a 7-figure business right now, so which is good as a
Thank
business.
you, Savitha. That was very inspiring, and thank you for sharing your life and your success and your failures and everything with us. That was super inspiring. Um,
Thank you.
so so what was your inspiration behind starting your coaching business as such?
Yeah. So one is, I think, just looking at, for me, coaching is about actually walking with someone else through their journey and helping them live out the best version of their lives or achieve their dreams and goals. And so when I met this client, she was literally my first client, even in my image coaching business, and I was watching her struggling, and I really wanted to help her, and then when I started this, I met my coach. I was inspired by her. I started applying the learnings from my life coaching program that I was doing with this client of mine, and I started to see such change, right? Such confidence, and that satisfaction is something that nothing can replace, the satisfaction of being a part of someone's story. So my inspiration really is, if I can be a part of someone's journey, even for a little bit, because not many of us have that ringside view. I don't get to sit in everybody's, like, the backseat of their car and see what's happening with their life, but I get that in this business, and to be a part of their story, a small part of that story, is very, it gives me satisfaction. It's what I live for. Those are the only moments I live for. So yeah, that's truly my inspiration in getting into this. And the second reason is because I turned my own business around, and I was like, oh, you know what, this can be done. In getting your business to be successful, there are certain things you've got to do, which includes, of course, mindset, and then the tactics and the strategies. And when I started to do that and I started to see the results, I said, okay, I need to teach this to other people as well. So that really is why I started business coaching actually.
Thank you for that. That I see it comes so purely for you out of passion and out of that sheer willingness to help people succeed. So that's amazing. So Savita, I'd like to learn from you and get your insights on what are some things young men and women should think of when it comes to their personal branding and thinking of their image to succeed in the corporate world.
Right. The first thing is most people are not aware that you need to actually focus on building your personal brand or building your presence, right? Because most people want to just work hard and be noticed for their hard work. But it doesn't really work like that. And often I find this a lot with women as well, right? We just want to work hard and then we hope that somebody will notice us and then reward us. And then, when your boss doesn't do that, and when he has so many other people, or he or she has so many other people to look at and they ignore you, then you feel hurt. So I feel first thing is becoming aware that you need to do this, because let me tell you that why do you need to build your brand, right? It's because, or how do you need to succeed in the corporate world today, where all degrees are the same, everybody has the same skill sets literally. It's like an even playing field. And what's going to help you stand out? Why are you going to be the one that stands out? And you're going to stand out only because, yes, the hard work is given, great delivering great quality work is given. There's no way around it. What else will make you stand out? It's going to be your, what is it that you and you alone can bring, and what is it that you can bring is your presence, your communication, your leadership. Every one of us has something to offer. So the first thing that you want to do, anybody who's listening to this and wants to start building their brand, the first thing you should do is really look at where you are. Are you like not visible at all? Are you showing up? Are you visible in some places? Are you consistent, not consistent? Are you hidden? So figure out where you are. Know that if you don't take charge of your image, people are always judging you. And the fact is that when people look at you, they they make a decision about everything, and especially competence, your ability to lead, whether you have it in you or not, right? Based on just how you look. Before you even open your mouth, we've all judged people. We've decided this person's good, bad, not great, I can't do this, right? So your image really defines, and people judge you on that. So begin by looking at how you come across, how you're being perceived, how would you like to be perceived. Either you control your image before somebody else controls what they think about you. So to answer is that first assess, become aware, then really look at where you are currently, and from there you put in some strategies where it takes two things. One is the mindset, because you have to work past your limiting belief where you think, oh, should I do work on my brand? It's so inauthentic. You have to get past that, and then have a specific strategy of, here are two, three things that I'm going to do at work which will help me be more visible. Some of it may include being confident and being able to speak up. Some of it may include how you're going to showcase your expertise. So maybe being part of projects, maybe showing up on your social media, using your LinkedIn effectively, share content that only you know, teach people, see how you can add value. That's really going to be important. And primarily take on this visible role, send regular updates. If you're in the workplace, send regular updates, cross work with cross functional teams, show up on your LinkedIn, connect with people, network. This is really going to be important. To start with, do that. And of course, once you start doing that, you'll start to see the results. You will feel good about it and you'll start to do more of it. Just even if you do one thing, just do it consistently. That's the only, uh, rule that I would say that applies.
Thank you. That was awesome. You gave us a lot of tips over there. Thank you so much for that. So Savita, when you work with clients mostly from corporate world doing side hustles and all that, what are some tips that you'd give them? Like, at what point is it a good time to start working with a business coach? Like, how do we decide when is the right time to work with a coach?
Okay, so it really depends on are you very new to business, or do you have a certain amount of experience, right? You can get a business coach right from the get-go, or you can actually, there you don't need to get a business coach right from the beginning, but you should invest heavily on learning. Okay, and that could be courses, attending programs, following people who are teaching. There's a lot of free content out there, so utilize that, make use of that, listen to what maybe there are business coaches also who are putting out a lot of free content. Read up on it, research it. So be part of these forums, groups where you can get access to a resource, or resources, or to content that people are already creating. Okay, that's step one. Then when you feel like, okay, here are some pieces that I've been able to figure out on my own, put in place, then you feel like, okay, now I need help, now I need accountability, now I need somebody who can give me like the step by step process to how I can move forward. That's when I think you can go and get a business coach for yourself. Now, another way to do this is you don't have to get one-to-one coaching, but you can join a program which is like a group program. The reason I say this is also a good idea is because when you're in a group and there are other entrepreneurs, you also get access to a community. So you are with like-minded people, and the biggest thing, whether you're a side hustle, you are an entrepreneur, right? Even if you're already working, you have something going on. The biggest thing is not everybody understands that journey. It's entrepreneurs like yourself who will understand that journey. So community is important. So join a group program, be part of groups, take advantage of all kinds of free programs that are available, and then you can get a coach. The reason why you should get a coach, there are many things that a coach can do for you. But the biggest reason is coaches can help you get to your goals faster. They bring they have a lot of knowledge because they're working with many other business owners, and they help you see things that you can't see often. And they'll help you focus. What happens is that, most of us, when we're looking at our business, we're also looking at other people's business. We're like, okay, I want that, I want that, I need to do this. And sometimes you can get very distracted, shiny object syndrome, where you feel, I need to do this, I need to do this and that. No, you don't need that. What the business coach will help you do is focus on step one and then step two. So you're not getting too distracted, and you're actually moving forward in a way that is bringing in money, bringing in revenue, bringing in profit. So that's when you should get a business coach, if you feel like you need more clarity, you need accountability, you need support.
Absolutely. That's a great answer. I mean, I understand, because something that you'll take months and months to figure out, the business coach can let you know in days, because they've already done that and they've seen lots of people doing that. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I get that. Thank you so much for that. So
You're welcome.
these are amazing points that you've been talking to us about, and this is all great. One last question I have for you is, so this is like 2020, 2021 is coming up, and then I'd like to get your idea on, what's the best way for people to start planning 2021 in a way that they can level up in their lives and in their careers.
Yeah. So, like I said, goal setting is really important, because when you make plans, it's down on paper. You're committed to that in some way, and you put it in black and white versus it just being something that is a wish list in your head. So, as you look towards 2021, while I understand for a lot of people, it may still be kind of uncertain about what's going to happen, what's not going to happen, what's going to be open, what's possible. I recommend, making goals for 12 months, but having a 90-day plan. Okay, that's step one. Build your 90-day plan. And what you want to do is you want to figure out, okay, what do you envision for 2021? What is the vision for your whole life? And then you can use something like the wheel of life, which is all the different areas, like, say, money, love life, social connections, career, business. You can use that to rate yourself and pick three priority areas for you for your life. Okay, and 3 to 5, I don't recommend doing more than that. And then, let's say if it's, for example, career, and if you're on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being poor and 10 being fabulous, you ask yourself how you rate yourself on that. And let's say if the answer is 5, then yes, pick that as your priority area. Most people will pick career and business anyway, right? So have about 3 areas, put down your goals under that area, under that priority area, let's say career, what is it that you want to achieve in the coming year? What are some of the goals? Don't pick 10 goals, do 3 to 5 goals. 3 to 4 goals is good. And then put down your action plan. Make the goals smart, which is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time bound, and put down your action plans. And I think beyond all this, the more important thing is to like have that mindset, be able to visualize saying, I'm going to make this happen. And just be consistent about it. It's okay if you fall off, if you're not able to achieve something. Most often, either you're a perfectionist, so that's the reason why sometimes you find it hard to move forward with some goals, because you're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect way to do certain things. So don't let all of that hold you back. So really work on yourself in terms of what is it that can hold you back. But I recommend keeping it specific, keeping it short, like just 3 to 4 goals, and just getting it step by step. Do one thing, be consistent, get it right, do it well, then add on the next one. So I feel like that's it. And yes, 90-day goals, of course, is a
Thank you
good
for
way.
that, Savitha. I think this is a great idea, and I think this is a great starting step for our viewers watching this and trying to get their planning done for the year. Thank you so much, Savitha. This was amazing, and I'm so glad I could have you on our show today. So, how can people contact you, and how can you get on your mailing list and know more about you?
Okay, so I'm on social media, of course, on LinkedIn as Savitha Nanjappa, or on Instagram as Success with Savitha. Savitha is spelled typically South Indian, which is Savitha. So that's one way. You can also email me. I'm Savitha at successwithsavitha.com. Or you can DM me on Instagram. You can get in touch with me. I'm happy to chat with you about anything, any questions you may have on anything that I've discussed today, or about something related to your business or mindset. Happy to help with that. So, yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity. And if people like what they've heard so far, find me on Instagram, Success with Savitha.
Absolutely. Thank you, Savita. It was wonderful having you. And those of you watching this, if you like this episode, please give it a thumbs up and share and subscribe to this channel because it really helps us grow this channel. Thank you so much.